There you go.
Um,
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Jennifer Polk here, Team Hope Call. It is August 24th. So tomorrow is our last run of all subscriptions. So you still have until 10 o'clock tonight and it's 7:30 p.m. Mountain to change your subscription if you want to do that before that last end of running for the subscriptions. I am going to pull up our calendar here. Your convention. Oh, wait, I'm going to put you back up here. Month at a glance. Tomorrow night, we have our close of the month with Tara Wilson. So, all things LifeVantage end of month. She goes through. If you have not ever watched an end of the month, they are so good. And it's good to watch it every month because we also have special announcements, things like that that's going on. Today was the meet and greet for the CEO. And I know they had a special meeting last night with all the presidentials and our new CEO, Terrence Moorhead. I've been hearing amazing things in my accountability group. I think I myself and one other person were the only two that didn't make it. I'm like, oh gosh, oh gosh. Um, but they're having a great time. August 31st is our end of the month. Contact center will be open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain for phone, email, chat, and text support. If you have other issues after 9 p.m. Mountain time, get a hold of me and I will be able to hopefully help you because we have another line that's open till 12. And then September 1st is our open the month with the LifeVantage leaders. It hasn't said who that is with yet, but that will be next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. So mark your calendars. Those are always good. And then July recognition. If you go to the United States LifeVantage Consultant Group, you can watch the video, download all the pictures for all the recognition. The convention moment starts now. And if you want to be recognized at convention, August 30th is the deadline. So if you're trying to get up on that stage, we still have 30 days, has September, April, June, and 31 days. See, I still go through that. Anybody else use that or a different thing? um, so August 30th is the deadline. So let's, you know, make sure we know what we're trying to reach for, right? To have a goal, you got to know what you're going for. And then our Achievers Retreat is to Cancun. We're in week 4, and it is all about helping someone else get started. I know um, Ellen and Charles just added to their team Lacey Lou, and she's had a hard week, I think, right, Ellen? You said so. We're sending her biggest hugs, and um, a lot of times when we do a
yes.
launch, we always say, now that you've made this decision, something's going to happen. And it always does. I think that is just how the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, works. But we want to get people started on the right foot. Started a new consultant today. I did. So we'll see how that goes, right? And then,
Yay.
hey, business update to inactive customer account. So, LifeVantage, if you notice, if you have gone into your back office, your numbers have gone down because they're cleaning up some past inactive customer accounts. So, anything that was longer than 18 months of no inactivity, totally inactivity, they have purged them because the last time was 36 months of inactivity. And then the social media training for this week is tomorrow will be on who are you bringing with you. So who are you bringing with you to convention? We are going to have such a great time. I'm already planning some fun things for our team.
Ellen
And
and Elsie.
yeah, Ellen and Elsie, you're bringing. That's right. We are going to have such a great time.
I'm
Elsie,
trying
what?
to get Mike to go.
Oh, be so fun.
Dave's flying to Chicago on Monday and meeting with them.
Oh, fun. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Good, good. Get him there. We will
I'm
have such a
trying.
good time. And he'll need it. He needs that. He's had a rough
He
day
does.
or a
Yep.
rough time of it as well. And then we have amazing Marcy Steiner. Now is the time. And it is the time. I'm telling you, with our new CEO, Terrence, it is our time. And then see what's happening across Activation Nation. Go into the big blue calendar. So there is that. For our regular announcements, we have our Wednesday wellness. Well, tomorrow night we have our close of the month with the LifeVantage leaders. Then Wednesday we have our Wednesday wellness, and I saw somebody posted. I did not get. Hold on 1 second. It was Angie Huntley, but I don't have it. I just saw that she posted. Dr. Doug. Dr. Doug is an interventional cardiologist, is board certified in cardiology, internal medicine, and obesity. That will be what is going to be Wednesday wellness. So that's going to be amazing. I love when we have cardiologists on. And let's see. And then we have convention coming up in October, not too late. And then in January, we have our breakthrough event, our virtual Momentum Academy. And then our next one, here comes Mike. And then our next event is in Atlanta. I've never been to Atlanta. I'm so excited. And that is in April of 2027. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. Okay, now for let me get this up. A couple weeks ago, I was doing a training with Julie Bradwell, and she's like, Jennifer, can you please help where to find these studies and patents? And I said, yeah, you're not the only person that has asked. So I said, yes, let's do it. So I'm going to show you not only where to find them, but how to present our patents and why does it even matter to have patents? Okay. And so here we go. Let me get back over to Zoom. Share. Share. I'm going to share. You guys can see. Ooh. No, I'm going to not do it that way. I'm going to present. There we go. Okay. Can you guys see that okay? Yep. Okay. Awesome. So tonight we're talking about our Healthy Glow stack or pack. And that's our NRF2, which is our flagship product, and our collagen. And I know a lot of you already know some of this, but we have some brand new people. So I want to go backwards to go forwards. Okay. So we already have the patents on the NRF2, but the company was seeing such great results. They said, okay, what is going on? When we study, they did a study to do both of these guys together. Okay. And that is what the patent is on. When you mix NRF2 with our collagen. Okay. Let me move. There we go. Okay. Maybe not. There we go. So for those of you that haven't been around that long, our collagen is like no other. I love using the analogy of arm. We are like no other because we not only activate, there's no other collagen that I've ever seen on the market that activates your own collagen, but we also replenish your existing collagen and we maintain what you already had. Okay. And it's not I love this. It's not enough to just add any collagen. Today, when I was on with my new consultant, she already took collagen and she was paying $120 for a good powdered collagen. She had no idea. And she saw our studies, saw the picture. She's like, I want to be like you. She's like, I'm in. But it switched on the cells and the interact F2 activation signals your body responds, then it adapts and it produces this all at the cellular level. And then we know your body needs that raw building blocks, right? The production of healthy collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein that our bodies make. And at age 20, we start losing it every year, a percentage each year. So without that replenishment, that foundation for our joints and our connective tissue, it just goes away. If we did not have collagen, we would just be a big blob of cells. It literally is the webbing that connects everything in our body. And that's why we see such great results in our joints and connective tissue as well, and skin, obviously, right? But that's what we all hear: hair, skin, and nails, hair, skin, and nails, right? But it is so much more than that. And once you replenish, it's replenished and then activated. The goal is to sustain that healthy function over time. And this is all about what we're doing here at LifeVantage. So the study at a glance, so this was a 2023 study, and it was an in vitro laboratory study, not a human clinical study. Okay, so just make sure when you're talking about it, don't like, oh, it's a human clinical. And so what happened was they started it and they wanted to see what it was like to fuse the two together. And what they found was this normal human fibroblast cells. And I'm going to talk more about fibroblasts because that is the whole thing about the study and the patent. So what happened was primarily the cells responsible for producing the collagen and the connective tissues. But how did they do it? It was through a thing called RNA sequencing, and that's what measures the cellular instructions. And when we were activated, it either activated more or less around 1,000 genes. So 1,000 genes, that's so huge. And what was tested? 3 conditions: protandim Nrf2 alone, liquid collagen alone, and then the two together. So let's go back a little bit. What is a fibroblast? Think of it like your little construction guy in your cells. I love this little picture. It is the construction and the maintenance workers inside of your skin and all that connective tissue. So they are the ones that build the collagen, repair the structural damage, and keep everything strong and organized day after day after day. And when the fibroblasts, when they're working well, your skin stays firm, your joints stay supported, and your connective tissue holds together. And that's what that study, that 2023, said. With the two of them together, normal human fibroblasts in that laboratory were well accentuated. And how much? Let me show it. Well, first we'll talk about RNA sequencing. So RNA sequencing gives the scientists like the snapshot of which cellular instructions are being read and then how active they are. Just think of your DNA as a massive instruction manual. So you have this book and your RNA sequencing, it's the one that reads it and it tells it like, okay, you're going here, you're going here. Okay. And in 2023, that study showed that the RNA sequencing was used to measure how fibroblast cells responded to the Nrf2 and the liquid collagen and their combination. And this is how the researchers identified thousands of gene expression changes. Not guessing, real science. Okay, real science. So Nrf2 alone was great. And we know this from, all the trainings that we have gone through. If you've been around at all, It's that NFE2L2, the KEAP1 you've heard, NRF2. These are all different pathways, and they're all influenced, right, by this NRF2 cellular pathway. Think of the NRF2 as your cells, it's built in your stress response or your alarm system. And so when you activate it, when you take our little yellow pill, right, it signals the body's own defenses to respond to this thing called oxidative stress. And we know, if you've been around, oxidative stress is like the rusting of an engine. It breaks down our cells. So if I could, this is what I tell people, if I could show you a tool in the toolbox that reduces this thing called oxidative stress or the rusting of your cells by 40% in 30 days and up to 70% in 120 days, wouldn't it make sense to have that tool in your toolbox? Right? So then the company looked at liquid collagen alone. And when they tested the liquid collagen, it made a significant impact on those fibroblast cells, those construction workers. And the cells were responsible for building and maintaining your bodies. It did, affect the strand production, the assembly, the cross-linking, all those things. And the result was 1,000 cellular pathways. It was influenced by just the liquid collagen alone. So, you could tell people, yes, it's good to take them alone, but here's why it was so amazing. Like 1 + 1 didn't equal 2. When they met the two, the NRF2 and the liquid collagen, they were combined, something remarkable happened. The combination significantly affected 1,172 pathways and synergistically influenced 2,439 genes in that fibroblast cell model. So neither of them produced any kind of result like that. But together, they created a response greater than the sum of their parts, which we know all about that, right? We know all of that. And if you guys want these slides, I can share these slide deck. So inside of every cell, we have this NFKB. And this, Martina, you guys probably know about this, right? Already. But it acts like a cellular alarm system. It's a signaling pathway that responds when cells detect stress or disruption. We have lots right now, I think even more. In the fibroblast study, the combination of the two, they changed the expression of that stress signaling gene associated with this NFKB pathway. So that's a pathway, like think of it like a little chain, right? So that means that the combination influence was how those cellular alarms were read, not amplifying the stress, but modulating it down to see how the cells responded to it. So I loved this slide because it shows you, again, the gene expression changed. And for context, it's not the human inflammation percentages. That is, those inflammation percentages is something different. That's our protandim NRF2 and then the trisynergizer. That is a different study. This one shows, though, the gene expression change observed in the fibroblast cell models. The TRIB3 was up 1,358%. Another significant gene expression shift was the GDF15, up 992%. IL-1B was down regulated 97%. So not everything goes crazy. Sometimes we need some cell expression in our bodies to down regulate. We're overproducing things. Okay. So not everything. I love how Dr. McCord, he said the protandim NRF2, it is so smart. It's like when you play piano, Ann knows all about this. Some of those keys get out of whack up, right? And some down. And what this does is it knows how to regulate them to all be at optimal performance. And then we have our IL-6 down 88%. And these numbers represent how genes were read in the lab, not changed in the human body. Okay, this is in vitro. I like giving real information. So the patent timeline. Now we're going to switch over to the patent. So the study was done in 2023. The company is like, holy guacamole, this is something huge. The company applied for the patent and that was filed. Then it went under review for that's 2026. It's kind of hard to read. So it took 3 years to get this patent, 3 years. And not very many patents. You have to claim it's something novel. It's a novel invention. Okay. So on March 31st of this year, we were formally granted the patent, recognized the combination, and it is protected. So now we are the only ones that hold this exclusive IP, international or intellectual property protection rights for the defined claim and patented the collagen and NRF2 combination. So nobody else can sell this, which is huge, 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 huge. So what does it mean to have a patent and what does it not mean? It is that intellectual property. So nobody else can sell this on that exact formulation. What it is not, it's not an FDA approval. We hope, or actually, I'll just speak for myself. I hope and pray we never do have FDA approval. Only pharmaceutical drugs, things that the FDA can say kills you, you have FDA approval, because what they're doing is they're looking at risk versus reward. So we know that no one ever died from taking too much collagen or too much Protandim NRF2. So that's one of the big things that we're not going to have FDA approval, and stand firm on that. When people are like, oh, well, I only take FDA approved things, and just say that this will never be FDA approved. And I'm like, huh, interesting. I want to stay off all of those things as long as I can. I may need them, and that's okay too, but I want to stay off of them. The study was not a clinical trial, okay? Or excuse me, the patent doesn't mean it was a clinical trial. We had a clinical trial. That was the study, but the patent protection does not equal a human clinical trial. The supporting research was an in vitro fibroblast cell model, not a human study. I don't want us to get in trouble, okay? And then we don't medically endorse anything, okay? We have to make sure and say that we don't treat, cure, prevent, mitigate, diagnose any disease or illness. Okay, this is the most important, I think, is how do we say this to our customers or potential consultants? Most people think that collagen is just for hair, skin, and nails. Honestly, I did think that, but there's actual gene expression research showing what happens inside of our cells when you combine these two high quality liquid activated collagen and with our NRF2 activation. And you can say, we just received a grant and was granted a US patent for this specific combination. That's not something you see with a powdered collagen ever. Okay? That is something you can stand on. And then our price to value posture. Again, ask the question, right? I understand why you'd compare the collagen powder. I used to think about it the same way, and I did, but here's what shifted in my thinking. Generic collagen powder, single ingredient, no patent, no synergy research, healthy glow stack, liquid collagen, NRF2 synergizer, backed by a 2023 fibroblast study that affected 1,172 pathways and 2,439 genes. That is huge. I don't compare them in any way anymore because there's simply no way to categorize the product, right? Value is not just what's in the scoop. It's the science, the synergy, and the intellectual property behind it. So my advice to you, create curiosity. So Don't lead with the science, lead with the curiosity. Show those pictures. I'm telling you, I've had people like, oh my gosh, what this weekend, me at 59, doing canyoneering. Most women at 59 couldn't even hold their body up, right? That is, I say, a big reason why I'm able to do it is that I've been activated for the last 17 years. And then ask simple questions that open more doors. Like, what's going on in your body? How are you feeling? How's your energy level? How, are for women, are you able to do a push-up? That's a good question. My person today, she can't even open a jar. Like, she was telling me that her grandson, she couldn't even push in the seat belt for her grandson. She's like, I got to get this fixed. That is that's a real problem for her. And then ask the question, do you know collagen is way more than hair, skin, and nails? Here's the biggest thing, pause and let them respond. Okay. And then I showed her the ABC Primetime Investigative Report. Actually, today I used biohackandactivate.com and then share the 2-minute version, gene expression research, and then invite them to the next training or a sample. You have them sample it, right? Again, duplication is simple. Curiosity, question, share, invite. You don't need to go into this RNA sequencing or fibroblasts at all. This was just to give you guys the foundation so you know the science is there. Okay, again, we activate, replenish, maintain. There's your arm. If you forget, just put your arm up. Oh, yeah, right. Activate, replenish, maintain. Right? There's Ellen. Ha. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you, I know we're right at time right now. I want to show you where you can find the study and where you can find the
Is there is that the 2-minute, is there a 2-minute video? Is that what you were saying?
Well, I just, one second, let me escape this right here. Okay. I'm going to show you, it's a 4-minute.
Okay.
Give them what I was saying, like your 2-minute story. I should have said your 2-minute story. Okay. So try to keep your story when you're telling people your stories, try to keep them down to 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. Instead of going on and on. So, okay, now let me show you where to find these. Oh, here, hold on 1 second. Dr. Brett. Yes, yep, exactly, Dr. Brett. You don't have to. Was that last week or the week before, Martina? That was such a good Wednesday wellness. Oh my gosh. Yes, don't be the
Yeah, I
messenger.
had asked him, like, because everybody was saying, "Oh, you should take college in the morning. No, you should take it in the evening." And I specifically asked Dr. Brett, and he said, "Just get it in your body. It doesn't matter."
Yep. Yep. So Coach Mike, great question. Should you take them together? Doesn't matter. Just get them in your body.
Right.
They're working together because they stay in your body that 24 hours. So you'll get that fibroblast activation by taking. Now you want to take them in the same day. But you
Right.
have to take them right together.
Right.
So yes, and yes. Okay, now let me share where to find these because I could tell you stuff, but if you don't know where to find them, right? Okay, so I just, and I will post this, but I just looked up LifeVantage patent for Healthy Glow Essential Stack. And it came up right here. And then it just goes in when it was expand intellectual property portfolio and underscores commitment to science-backed health and wellness. And then you can download the PDF right there. Okay. Then to find the collagen, the NRF2 and collagen study. So you can go through here. This is great. You could print this out and it talks more, it goes into the fibroblasts, the dose finding on the study, the methodology, and the results. I love it because it shows all the different, all the, I just took this and condensed it down. But your big sciencey people, it's all right here. These are the different things that it does.
What I found interesting is that, we don't, like you said, you don't have to talk about the science. And you know what? I mean, I came in 7 years ago talking about science and learned very quickly. You don't need it, the science. It's nice to have a little bit of understanding, of course. But I think what's really interesting, because I'm kind of geekish about the science, is when you talked about the NFKB pathway. And part of the reason that that's a direct pathway to NRF2 is they're kind of interconnected. Those pathways are, but the NFKB has the emphasis of breaking down that inflammation. And it's I mean, if you like science, go read it and geek yourself out. But
Yep.
I agree with I had to learn the hard way. You don't have to have it.
No. And just know it's there, right? Just know
Yeah.
it's there. And so here, where to find this? If you just go onto your website and so here it is, shop Healthy Glow Essential Stack. Scroll down to the bottom
Mm-hmm.
and there it is. Okay. Anybody? Okay, let me stop share. Anybody?
Thanks for doing that. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you. No,
Yeah.
I know Julie Bradwell was the one that really, she was like, but the great thing, it's recorded and you can share this with new people, old people, right? It's all there. Just know the science is there. You don't have to know what the science is. And I'll post,
No, and
I'll put this into our Hope Activated group as well and Team Hope. So then people can have it for
Thank
future.
you.
Absolutely.
yeah. And can we get those slides, Jennifer? How do we?
Yes, absolutely. I will post the slides in Team Hope as well. And yeah, again, I'm not the science geek. I am not. That is not, and nor will I ever be, and that's okay. But what I am is to know that really smart people that are science geek are loving this and they are so excited about it. Like when Dr. Lee was so excited, I'm like, I was just excited because he was excited and he's developed kinds of products. I'm like, holy moly, if this guy is right. And that's what made me excited. So again, we don't have to know. And it's actually better. We have the science. Just know that. So when you're talking to somebody, anybody, any questions?
And that's kind of what those third party calls are for too, is that, you don't have to know everything.
You don't have to know. In the beginning, actually, all you have to do is be excited. Say, do this with me. Try it with me. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. Right?
I love that.
Let's give this a try. Not that
You might
change in 30 days, right? We didn't get where we're at in 30 days. But do this with me. Come along. This is going to be fun. Have fun, make money, make a difference. So next week, I really am hoping we get somebody on that was at the meet and greet, the new CEO.
So, I was watching the videos on Instagram today, and they had like some of the sayings up there, what he was saying. They asked him, why did you come? And he said, I just feel like LifeVantage has a lot of potential. And one of the things that came up was we have not unlocked the door for Protandim in terms of getting everybody else to understand they need this.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, if you guys hadn't been on any of the calls before about Terrence Moorhead, our new CEO, he stepped down for a year. He had a year that he had a non-compete. He brought Nature Sunshine from around where we were at, where we are at, around $250 million a year to 500 million to a billion in
Yeah.
7 years. 7 years. That's huge.
Yeah.
So if you haven't made the decision about going to convention, and or maybe you have and you're like, oh, I don't have the money, or I can't, give me a call. Let's talk. Let's get you there. If you want to go, if you want to be there, let's find a way. Start talking to people. If you don't have that, like, let's have you earn it, right? Some people have sold things to come. I have roomed with 4 other people to cut down on costs years ago. Like, if you want it bad enough, if you want to be there, again, this is the last time it's going to be in Salt Lake City for a long time, because the convention center is being remodeled. So it's going to be years. And I'm really,
Is your hubby going?
no, I'm
Oh.
rooming with Shannon, who is, she's a leader in another network marketing company, and she's also in LifeVantage too. So
Nice.
he got kicked to the curb, that husband. But
He's probably happy.
you guys will love Shannon. She's amazing. She's amazing. She's from Arkansas. So
Nice.
yes. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to stop recording.